man is back.
Oh, okay, oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered.
This is your boy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare commentary video for you guys. And this past Sunday, we saw the last 2 episodes of The Last Dance. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a 10-part documentary series basically talking about Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, the two different teams or the 2 different dynasties that he was in. And really, it covered everything from his college days all the way up to 1998. So that was the last year he was with the Chicago Bulls, and of course, he won his 6th title with the Chicago Bulls. And basically, he gave Chicago their 6th championship. But it was a very good documentary. Now, here's what was supposed to happen. This joint was supposed to come out next month. It was supposed to come out next month of June. And if memory serves me correctly, I'm not 100% sure on this, so don't quote me on this, but I think the original plan was for ESPN to air 1 episode per week, and this was supposed to be a 10-week thing. But because of the you-know-what virus, they moved it up and started showing it, I believe, last month, and they were showing 2 episodes a week, and obviously, those 2 episodes was shown on Sundays back to back. So you get 2 episodes within 2 hours, and there you go. And I have to admit, my favorite episode was about the Bad Boy Pistons. You know, I mean, I'm from Detroit, and you know how I am, duh. You know, I represent Detroit, man. And the Bad Boy Pistons was no joke. We won 2 championships. Should have won 3, if you ask me, and if you ask a lot of people. But it is what it is. So I like the documentary series. Now, the very interesting thing that was said, that Jordan said about it was that, after people watch this documentary, people will hate him, would dislike him because of how he was back then and how he acted, whatever the case may be. I liked it. I had no problem with it at all because I'm from that generation. So I have no problem with it at all, and some of the stuff that was said, I found it funny. I was laughing at it. I had no problem with it. So if anybody have any issues with what was said, boy, y'all need to harden up, pause on that. But y'all too soft, man. Y'all too sensitive, man. Y'all gotta grow up here, for real, dog. Society nowadays, man, they lacking a pair. They're lacking a set. And, that's a controversy I'm gonna get into another day in terms of why that is. And speaking of people hating people, yeah, my theory on that, a number of y'all would not like me after I share my theory on that. But that's another video for another day. But, anywho, back on topic at hand. The documentary, I liked it. I really, really liked it. It was really, really dope. And another thing I liked was really episode 3 and 4. Obviously, episode 3 was talking about the Bad Boy Pistons, which is ironically the team Dennis Rodman was drafted to, and he won his first championship. Because remember, going back to the mid-90s, he was actually picked up by the Chicago Bulls. And when they did the second 3-peat, aka the 72 and 10 squad, which was the 96-97 team, if memory serves correctly, Dennis Rodman was a part of that squad. And that was pretty ironic, that Dennis Rodman went from a bad boy, because that was the Bulls' biggest rivals, Detroit and Chicago. That was a big-time rivalry. And he went from being a Detroit Piston to a Chicago Bull and win a championship with Jordan. It's pretty funny. And episode 4 was about Dennis Rodman because I did not know this. I was a kid back then, but Dennis Rodman took time off for the team, and he went to Vegas and partied it up. That was pretty crazy. But he came back the next day, and everything was fine. He was hard work at practice. He was hard work at the game and stuff like that. It was weird. Rodman was a very unique individual, but he was dope. I really he was already dope prior to that, but once I saw that documentary, Rodman was more dope in my eyes. Real talk, he was more dope. And I liked the last episode because finally we got reference of the New Order. Because Dennis Rodman, he was a part of that, so that was pretty funny too. And it was a very good documentary. I watched all the episodes, like I said. Never missed any of them. And, yeah, I didn't watch any of them on another day because of whatever reason. No, I watched the entire documentary from start to finish on time for the most part. So, It was really, really good. But the next day, aka yesterday, as I'm recording this video, Monday, there was an interesting question that came from that documentary. And it wasn't about Jordan. It wasn't about Pippen or any of the Chicago Bulls squad or players or coaches or GMs or anything like that. But it was really about LeBron James. Yeah. And the question is, since this documentary came out and is now complete, is there now more pressure on LeBron James? Because there's this stupid debate going on right now. I don't know why this is a debate, because this should not be a debate in terms of who's the greatest basketball player of all time between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. First of all, the answer is Michael Jordan. I don't care what anybody says. The answer is Michael Jordan. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is, let's get back to this debate. Is there more pressure on LeBron? And my answer is, like, here's my take on this. The topic of who's the greatest is already settled. It's Jordan. It's already settled. It's already done deal. It's already a wrap. And I say that because of the following. LeBron made it to the finals 9 times. 9 straight times. I would give you that. And he only won 3 of them. So let that sink in. He is 3 out of 9 in the NBA Finals. Jordan, on the other hand, went to the finals 6 times. And he won them all. He is a perfect 100% when he makes it to the NBA Finals. He is 6 out of 6. Never got into a Game 7. Never needed a Game 7. He finished his opponents either 6 games or less. And you can't say the same about LeBron. So that already eliminates a LeBron James in terms of the conversation of who the greatest of all time is. To me, the greatest of all time conversation really comes down to Jordan or Kareem. You know, I can see some people saying Kareem or Will, or whatever the case may be. But if you ask me personally, I would still say the answer is Jordan. But I do have Kareem and Will ahead of LeBron, to be honest. Like, LeBron is in my top 10, but he's not ahead of Magic, Bird, Kareem, Will, Bill, Shaq, Duncan, or Kobe. And he need to win a few more championships. Then I can say, okay, LeBron moving up. But until that time comes, he's number 10. He's number 10 for me. So, but going back to the question, so with that, all of that said, is there pressure, more pressure on LeBron? The answer is no, because there's nothing for, I mean, for me personally, the only thing he can do is move up the top 10 list. That's all he can do. But in terms of him being the greatest basketball player of all time, no, that conversation, to me, that conversation is over. That conversation is dead. The answer is Michael Jordan, and it would never be LeBron. It would never be LeBron. So that pressure should be lifted off his shoulders, if you ask me personally, because he's out of the run. He's out of the running. He's out of a race. It's done deal. It's done so. So in terms of that question, there's no more pressure on LeBron James. There wasn't any pressure prior to this documentary coming out. Really, the purpose of the documentary is basically to remind people, yo, Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. Deal with it. That's basically what this documentary is all about. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all of that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New Jay Gatsby, aka New Stupid A Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.